Wouldn't it be weird if I built myself another computer? Maybe. Hey guys, Cardboard here. I am building myself another computer.
Another one.
Why? I don't even know at this point, man. Since I don't really have a reason to build myself another computer besides just because I want to. You know, we're just gonna get along with the video because those are my only reasons right now. Starting with the case, I got the HYTE REVOLT 3 in black. It is a mini ITX case. This one does not come with a power supply. I chose this one because it has a handle, and honestly, I just really miss my ITX build. And I've been feeling to build another ITX computer, so you know, I think this is gonna scratch that itch. For the CPU, I have the i7-12700KF. It is a 12-core, 20-thread CPU. Now I chose this because I got this for pretty cheap. I think I got this for around $183 as a bid, and I would be downgrading from the Ryzen 7 7800 X3D. I think this has 22 megabytes of L3 cache, but doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be using it for gaming. It's mostly just going to be for editing. All right, the next part is going to be the RAM. I have 64 gigabytes of DDR. I think I won this as a bid. I think I got it for $223. But again, you know, for editing, not for gaming. And to cool the 12700KF, I had this Pure Rock low profile from Be Quiet. This is a 100 watt TDP cooler, so I will be limiting the CPU's TDP to 100. And hopefully it doesn't explode, because that would kind of suck. And for the graphics card, which some of you may not like my choice, but it is an RTX 5060 Ti 8GB. I was really trying to get the 16 gigabytes, but that one was significantly more expensive and just honestly wasn't worth it in my opinion. So instead I grabbed this 8GB version for 350 bucks. And honestly, not too bad of a card. I'm pretty sure this will do me just fine since I am just editing. And for the motherboard, I have a B760i from AliExpress. It is a Chinese motherboard, so hopefully I don't miss out on too much features. This is a DDR4 board. And did you know it's really hard to find B760 ITX motherboards that aren't DDR5? It's incredibly hard. There's only like 2. The ones that are DDR4 are like $400 for some reason. This one was 90 bucks, I think. And to power the whole build, I had this Digital Storm 700 watt platinum power supply. I don't know if this is gonna be safe. This wasn't on the PRC tier list. I got this for 70 bucks, fully modular SFX power supply. I also got this contact plate for the CPU because as some of you may know that LGA 1700 CPUs tend to bend over very slightly if they're held down by the bracket for too long. We just got this to flatten it out, and hopefully the temperatures aren't too terrible. Line it up with this triangle on the motherboard, place it down, a little wiggle, then you place the plate on the grill. Boom, boom, and boom. Just like that, CPU installed. Look how pretty that looks. Now for the cooler. Now this case does support a 288mm AIO, but I opted out just to get a air cooler just because I didn't want to deal with the hassle of getting the cables and stuff. Look how cute this looks. What? Bruh, that's why. Because you don't need a backplate for this. You know, I will say this is a very dense heatsink. It's heavy. There we go. Come on, thread into the thing. And I do the same for each other ones. Bam! Super clean. Wow. But I still can't go over the fact this is basically a full computer. The things I am bringing over from the old build is my storage, and my storage is kind of just sitting inside here. This is a very pretty build, but honestly, it's not for me. I think I just need something more minimal. I don't know. I might just switch up my build next month. Who knows? Okay, I'm just bringing over my 2TB drives from my original build, swapping it into this build. Storage is installed onto both M.2 slots. And now we're ready to put this inside the case. Let's go. Chinese. Let's go. All right, we can finally work on the case now. Yeah. That's cool. That's really cool. Oh, that's so cool. Just like that. This is intake. Where does the air for this CPU go? Yeah, you know, I'm setting this one to exhaust. Okay, let's install the juice. Firstly, I'm just gonna install a cable first before I put in the power supply because I think it's gonna be a little harder after the fact. Ooh, that is heavy now. Oh my gosh. All right, now the computer's done. Let me give you a little size comparison. Look at that. Actually, then we'll get a banana. This one's a little extra brown, but it should be okay. So banana for scale. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Banana for scale for the big one. You know, you can obviously see it's way bigger. Matter of fact, boom. Oh, let's get some benchmarks. Now, all of these games are running in 1440p, just as a reminder. But in Fortnite DX12 low setting with epic view distance, we averaged around 153 FPS. But remember, I did cap the TDP at 100 watts, but the CPU wasn't thermal throttling, and it was staying under 60 Celsius the whole time I was playing, so I decided to give it a little bit more power, to around 150 watts. In the second run, our average was a little higher, running around 170 FPS, and as well as the clock speeds running at 3.7 GHz compared to the 3.3 GHz, only using around 20 more watts in game. I could probably go a bit higher if I wanted to, but this is perfect for me as I don't really game as much as I used to, and this computer is mainly just used for editing. But on Marvelous, we averaged around 122 FPS on medium settings, but turning on DLSS balance, we averaged around 140 FPS, and considering I'm pretty terrible at this game, this is just fine. But for our last game, we have Elden Ring Night Rain, which is also such a fun game. It's such a shame that this game doesn't have a concurrent player count of more than like 12,000. But on max settings, we averaged, well, around 60 FPS. And from soft games, they're just capped at 60 FPS, and I'm not too sure why. It doesn't ruin the playing experience, but it would be nicer to have a higher FPS. And as you can see, the usage on both the 5060 Ti and the 12700KF isn't all that high, while using barely any power. But overall, this was a fun time. And with this random trio group, we did beat the bell-bearing hunter. That's a pretty hard boss, if you guys know, if you know. We also did beat the final boss, but I didn't record it because this recording is already like 25-ish minutes. But for what I'm using this PC for, this is more than enough for me. But who knows, I might switch out my PC in like a month from now, just because I feel like it. But thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace!